Listen,
know.
old folks used to say it the dirty way, but I'm gonna just say it the PG way. You had old mamas that used to say, "There's only room for one vajayjay in this
Oh my
house."
gosh.
One.
That was your PG?
That's PG. Vajayjay. There's
Jermaine.
only room. Y'all put a one in the chat
Y'all,
if y'all heard that expression. There's only room for one in this
I've
house.
never heard
Because when you have two, I'm telling you, that's when strife begins.
Closing. When I went to the don't lose it. If I don't guess it, we keep moving. Till the sunrise that we closing. Cruising.
What I'm trying to say is that masculine energy it always wants a complement to it. Complement, not compatible. Compatible is boss energy on boss energy. Complementary is masculine, feminine, yin and yang. That's why house.
So you can tell, Pat, he's talking about yin and yang. That's that Buddha stuff right there. But I do see what he's saying. Like, we need to complement each other, feminine, masculine, right? Because no dude wants to come home to another dude. Like, I am not working my butt off all day to come home and look at another man in the face. Hey, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? How you doing? Right, we ain't doing no fist bump. I'm gonna hold up on I'm gonna hug up on I'm gonna kiss my wife. I'm be doing all that stuff, but I ain't doing that with another dude. Looking at the dude eye to eye. What's up, bro? Hey, we got any milk? Nah, we ain't doing a bro hug. We ain't doing none of that. Hey, man, we out of eggs. Go to the store. I mean, nothing. I'm sorry. Yeah, so you don't want to have a whole nother man in a female's body living up in your house neither. So, I mean, we do agree with that.
Those are
female, and I think females feel the same. Like,
oh yeah,
females don't want to have another feminine.
No, exactly.
Presence in the house too. Like, listen, you can't be getting your feelings hurt every 5 seconds.
Every 5 seconds.
Go around and watch.
Listen, old folks used to say it the dirty way, but I'm gonna just say it the PG way. You had old mamas that used to say, "There's only room for one vajayjay in this house."
Oh my gosh, that was your PG.
That's PG. Vajayjay. There's only room. Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all heard that expression. There's only room for one in this house.
I've never heard
because when you have two, I'm telling you, that's when strife begins. The mama's butting heads with the daughter, and the daughter's butting heads with the mama. And if you have two friends, after a while, them two friends gonna be like it's.
You could have just said like maybe consider saying can't have too much estrogen or just something else.
Nah, man, listen, we grown up in these streets for JJ. Y'all know what I'm saying.
What if somebody's child is sitting next to them?
Well, listen.
Never mind.
It's 8:37. They should be asleep anyway.
I was like, never mind. Never mind.
All right, y'all. Let's go.
Divided. And so just for me, when a man has
Just for you, yeah.
So typically when a man has means, and I was telling this earlier, because I'm in the health profession, when I see women are smarter than men in many ways, more capable than men in many ways. Even in the hospital, I was telling them, like, sometimes I would work like 16, 17 hours. I would see women doing the same thing. Capable. But the toll it takes on them is very different from the toll it takes on us over time. So every time I'm working with a woman who has fibroids, take the stress out of her life, the fibroids shrink. So yes.
Yeah, like I said, the brothers do, but he just spit some facts right there. I mean, the toll it takes on women, this hard life that we have to live, a lot of women just weren't built for it. That's why men were built with broad shoulders. We were built to take the brunt of stuff. And, we do live in modern society where, both parties work outside of the house. But at some point, you can see where it does kind of take a toll on the woman a little bit more than it does the man, even though I'm not trying to say that it's not hard for the man, but there is a toll that it takes. There's stress factors. There's all this other stuff. Do you think there's any truth to that?
Just how the stress level, how it impacts women differently.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can agree. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So Proverbs say we grown folks here. That's right. All muscle. All gas, no brakes. We grown up in here. All right. Put the women and children at bed. Well, at least the children.
Can you do it? Absolutely. You could probably even do it better. But the toll that is going to take on you versus me, I'm built to take it. I always tell my girl, I'm built like a brick. Every time she says, you all right? No, I'm built like a brick. Keep going. So from my perspective, I do not want a boss in my home. Like at all, because it's not yin and yang for me.
I'm cool with a little bossy. I ain't gonna even hold you.
Talk about it.
Yeah, it's cool. Here's
What type of boss though? You gotta identify what you're talking about.
Yeah, what type of boss? So, I'm gonna keep it real. Like my lady don't clean the house. We got people for that. Yeah. And I don't talk to them people. I don't even know.
Now, I told y'all, just like I said, I told you everybody on here ain't no pastor. That's right. And you can already hear how this dude is talking. First of all, the dude tried to do a little flex. He tried to flex like, oh, we got people for that. Negro, you are not everybody you talking to up in this audience. They ain't got people for that. This dude got money. Like he's an artist, so he's well off. All right. So he's like, well, we got people for that. Yeah. And there's gonna be some stuff he say y'all gonna see I don't agree with at all. And some other brothers that's gonna say some stuff I don't agree with at all. Talking about we got people for that. Come on.
Yeah, what type of boss? So, I'm gonna keep it real. Like my lady don't clean the house. We got people for that. Yeah. And I don't talk to them people.
All them women clapping, they got no people who ain't got no people cleaning for that. Yeah, say it. And you ain't got nobody cleaning for you.
Or they might be clapping because they wish they had.
They wish they had. Yeah, you tell them. This dude from the foot, man, listen. Oh, gosh. Yeah, and that dude went straight to Derrick Jackson. Shout out to Chavis. Dre, what up, cuz? How you doing?
But you know what? Chavis brought up a good point. Because he said, like, my wife isn't a boss chick. Praise God, I'm not an employee. I think that's the thing. You know how boss chicks will treat husbands like they're an employee, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you work for me and I'm going to call all the shots and decide what benefits you get.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think that goes back to the conversation we talking about with weak men. Just like she was saying at the beginning of our live, she was saying, having weak men, this, that, and the other. No, we don't need weak men. And I think there's too many simps. There's too many dudes out there who are weak and they allow this type of behavior. So, yeah. So
I don't even know about them people. I don't know when they coming. She let me know, look, hey, we got people coming today. You understand what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is, I don't want a woman who gonna sit back, right?
That's not what I said.
Hold on. Here's the thing, though. See, I don't need a woman that's gonna sit back and watch me go out to the world, right, and take on the world all the way by myself without her at least being the watchful eyes, being that discernment. Like my lady, my lady go to a social event, she ain't gonna say nothing to nobody. But when we get back home, bruh, she know everything about everybody that's moving, bruh. She know everybody's opinion before they even said anything, and she know how to read the room. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you got a woman who just sitting back kind of like lacking, she just don't want to provide no value to nothing. It's like that right there is a recipe for something. For me, my personal opinion, I just think that's kind of lame. You know what I'm saying? I want a woman that can add value to the world and me.
So are we doing 50-50 as
let me speak on this. I'm going from experience.
So are we doing...
I'm sorry, notice that cat ain't married neither. He keep talking about I want a woman, I want a lady, I want all this and stuff. He ain't talking about no wife. He's talking about he want a woman. That brother ain't married neither.
But I think it's all about your definition. That's why y'all see my face kind of scrunched up, because like a boss, like you see what I'm saying? It's like, how are you looking at it as a boss? Like everything he named was just more so of being observant, being able to.
That's not a boss.
Yeah. And so there's nothing wrong with that. You are still going to add value. We're not saying having someone who doesn't add value, or if you're not a boss, you don't have value. That's almost like how he's looking at it.
Yeah, exactly, man. That dude is a goofy.
Stop capping.
All right.
But did you see the way that the guy next to him was looking?
Yeah,
at
man.
him?
Like he probably look at him like, man,
his facial expressions were funny to me.
Yeah, you was a simp for days. I mean, come on, Brad. Sit down somewhere. Take several seats. Come on, Brad.
50-50.
Let me go. Let me handle this real quick because I got real experience with this. So all right. So I'm 31. My lady 30.
Now listen. This cat is about to lay out a scenario he went through, and I cannot co-sign. I cannot sign off on what this dude is saying. I call this premature, foolish submission.
We've been married for 1 year, right? Yeah, I'm the guy that spent $115,000 on the wedding. That's me.
Dumbest thing you should.
But let me quick, because I got real experience with.
See, there we go with all this pride. Yeah, 100 spent what 115,000 on the wedding. He been married a year. Like, mind you, there's a lot of pride up here. There's a lot of pride. There's a lot of egos on this panel. So, I understand. I guess he tried to get an array of brothers, but he got a lot of cats up here who are just full of foolish pride.
This. So, all right. So, I'm 31. My lady 30. We've been married for 1 year, right? Yeah, I'm the guy that spent $115,000 on the wedding. That's me.
Dumbest thing you should.
But let me go back real quick. I'm gonna make it fast. We started off 18, 19. Of course, at that time we young. Everything 50-50, right? Everything 50-50. Once I decided that I wanted to start my entrepreneur journey when I was like 24, 25, guess what? It went more like 70-30 and she was 70. But just because a man, he may be at 30 and she's 70, don't mean I ain't had that vision. See, more women would feel comfortable supporting if they had a man with a real vision. Just because I was at 30 didn't mean I wasn't a leader, and she respected me still. You see what I'm saying? So as we go along, I started my entrepreneur journey. Guess what? She took a job an hour and a half away, right? I said, baby, listen, handle your business. I got this right here. I'm coming to get you, right? About a year later, I got us a house. I came and got her for a government job. I got her some benefits, and then it turned around. Now I'm 70 and she's 30. The time we got married, we 100 to nothing now. I got it because you was there, you stayed down, you believed in me, and now we 100 to nothing because she was supportive of what I was doing, and she still respected me as a man. She didn't downgrade me when I wasn't, doing my thing. And that's the problem with a lot of women today. Just because a man may not be up on his feet financially, they seem to down a man, but they don't understand a man with vision though. Nobody got.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so we've talked kind of about that, how you go through different seasons in your marriage. So there may be times where one person is pulling in maybe more of the financial piece, but that should not change the godly order.
Right.
No, just because during this season, maybe the wife is, like he said, doing the 70 and the husband's doing 30. As long as there is vision, I mean, the order doesn't change. The husband is still the husband. The wife is still the wife. And I like what he said about having vision, but I want to make sure we add the piece to you need to also have some action, right? So and once you're married, you are in that covenant, so it shouldn't be dependent on that. But I just kind of brought back to the scripture about how faith without works is dead. So you can't have someone sitting on the couch though either.
So I got vision, babe. I got vision. You just can't see it. You just can't see it. You got to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. I got vision, baby. You got vision, but your vision is you sitting up on the couch watching Netflix all day,
right? Like
chilling by yourself while your woman is at the job. All right, that's your vision. All right, we ain't talking about that type of vision. And you know what? The majority of what he said, I would agree with. There's a slight thing word of caution that I would have on this is that, listen, now it happened to work out for him, and that's very anecdotal of him. All right. It worked out in his situation. However, I don't advise pre-marriage sharing all your finances and playing house or acting as if you're husband and wife already. Especially when it comes to finances. I don't agree with that because it may have worked out for this brother, but I would not say that, hey, this is the prescription for everybody. And this is the recipe you need to follow for everybody, because trust and believe, for every one brother that works out for, there's 100 brothers that did not work out for, or vice versa. For every one sister that worked out for, there's 100 or so or more sisters that didn't work out for, where they get burnt. You know what I'm saying? Where you give your all financially, you're pre-submitting before you even have a ring, and then lo and behold, that ring day never comes to fruition because y'all never meet at that altar. All right. And so a word of caution I would say is, listen, while it may have worked for this dude, don't do premature submission, because like I've said several times on this channel, A lot of times we have a lot of women who give the best to the worst of us and the worst to the best of us. And by the time the best of us come along, you have nothing else to offer because you were prematurely submitting to a man. And not by the time you ran into the gentleman, the husband that you're supposed to submit to, you don't want to submit because you've been burnt so many times. Well, stop submitting to every time Dick and Harry, and maybe the way that you view submission won't be so obscure. Thank y'all for watching. If you like to view the full live, you can click the link at the bottom of this video. And do us a favor. We noticed that about 56% of y'all that watch our videos are not subscribed. So please consider hitting that subscribe button and smashing that bell. It costs you nothing and means a whole lot to us. Anyways, we appreciate your time. Thank you for rocking with us. God bless y'all. Y'all take care.